here at the Life School Masterclass Show. I'm so excited to be back with you, another amazing guest and conversation. And today I have one of my favorite topics, which is all about partnerships. So, how to leverage strategic partnerships and alliances to grow our income and grow our companies. I'm your host, Elona, and I help companies scale their purpose and profit. And today I have the amazing honor to introduce my guest, Brandon Barnum. And he's the CEO of HOA.com and the author of Raven Referrals. He's passionate about helping people create more income, influence, and impact through referral partnerships and strategic alliances. As a single dad in his late 20s, he increased his income 10x from 20,000 to 200,000 annually. And has closed over 500 million in transactions by referral. All right. Well, I'm so excited to have you here, Brandon, today. Thank you so much ahead of time. I always thank my guests for their time and the expertise that was shared inside our conversation today. So let's dive into some of the pain points and things that you have seen which get in the way of entrepreneurs and CEOs in leveraging strategic partnerships and strategic alliances in their businesses.
All right, I love it. Well, thank you for having me, Elona. Really appreciate it. And, as far as pain points, one of the biggest issues that we find is that a lot of people are building their business like a lone wolf, meaning especially individual professionals. They don't really create a team of people that are promoting them and referring them on a consistent basis. And we've surveyed thousands of professionals and business people and found that on average, 79% have two or less referral partners, sending them at least one deal every 90 days. And on the flip side of that, 2% have 10 or more, and those that have 10 or more are on average earning over 250,000 a year. So our goal is to get everybody to at least 10 referral partners.
I love it. I mean, I think it's a really important strategy in business because word of mouth and referrals has been the tried and true method that most businesses have grown. And now that we have new channels, sometimes companies forget to go back to basics. I love that. So let's dive right into your own unique, authentic way that you help your clients create more income through setting up referral partnerships.
Yeah, well, so first of all, it's about identifying who your perfect partners are. And it really comes down to who do you serve, right? And for most people, they either serve business owners or they serve consumers. And we focus on homeowners, right? So business owners or homeowners. And if you look at each of those industries, those ecosystems, there's a whole group of services that those people need. And really your goal, referrals is all about helping people. That's really what it comes down to, right? We refer people because we want to help them. And in the B2B world, 84% of B2B sales start with a referral because of that trust transfer. So the goal is to identify who your perfect partners are based on the clients that they're already serving. And then your goal is to offer so much value to them that they present you as the solution to their clients' pain points.
I love that we started with a clear goal of 10 because sometimes just kind of putting a number, behind our actions gives us clarity and gives us purpose, like a very purposeful direction to kind of focus on, as maybe that could be somebody's goal. I know that was my goal for 2024. So this conversation is very, very timely. And I love that you said that add value and, find complementary businesses and then you separate it into, just like I separate products or services, consumers or business owners. Those are the main two, I guess, pocket niches of society. So understanding, first of all, who you serve, just like anything, it's really important. And then finding complementary partners is the next key. So, Brandon, how do we set up these healthy, sustainable win-win relationships once we have identified a really great complementary partner that we can bring into our referral network, so to speak, and then start to set up that process so that we can have that healthy relationship and it's mutually beneficial for both parties?
Absolutely. Well, we always recommend that you look at who's already sending you business, right? You probably have some people that are companies that are sending you clients here and there, but maybe you've never sat down and actually formalized a referral partnership with them. So what we teach is something called the Referral Partner Blueprint, and you can download it for free at hoa.com/blueprint. And what that does is it really walks you through the steps of how do you approach a strategic partner. We recommend that you start with the people that are referring you, number one. Number two, the people that you're referring business to. And then number three, people that you've known for years, but you've just never approached them saying, hey, we're serving the same market. What if we grow our business together and intentionally cross refer and cross promote each other so that we win together? Now, on our hoa.com platform, we've actually created a co-marketing engine because we're focused on homeowners, and like mortgage lenders, realtors, insurance agents, painters, plumbers, landscapers, all of those people are out there meeting with homeowners each and every day. But most of them are like that lone wolf I talked about earlier. And so what we do is we help them partner with their trusted pros that they know and they're referring business to. But we formalize the process, and then they upload their homeowner database into our system, and our system sends out a co-marketing email that promotes all of the partners automatically every month. And it gives the homeowners the value of their home, a list of the top trusted pros that they can recommend, along with events that are happening in their area. So you don't have to use our system, but it's just an example of how you can cross promote and cross refer each other once you've got a partnership in place.
Yeah, I love that you actually have built something that kind of it's like the matchmaker between, those people looking for partnerships and obviously, cross promoting and cross complementing each other with, in your case, that niche market that you mentioned. I'm curious around, I always usually get a lot of questions around incentives and rewards.
Yeah.
What do you recommend are maybe, the top things that work so that this relationship is obviously not transactional? Because obviously I think at the beginning of our conversation we should state that we should actually be able to drive results with our products and services
Absolutely.
without having to kind of mention that. But once that's in the way and we have something amazing and we're just looking for the people to be able to help with our services, um, what are some incentive, I guess, frameworks, or what do you recommend as far as what you've seen has the most success
Yeah.
for people that are maybe, thinking of, okay, so how can I ensure that this partnership is always ongoing and there's a win-win situation, that there's a reward for both parties as well?
Well, you just said it, reward, right? So we teach a referral reward, and it's really kind of like an affiliate program. We do this at hoa.com. We pay 20% when our members refer somebody to, we share that revenue with them. So that's one of the things that we recommend. Now, in my experience of almost 30 years of working in referral marketing, about half of people are really comfortable being paid for referrals, and the other half are totally uncomfortable. They don't want to be compensated. They just want to help the people that they care about. So if you want to offer referral
Are you
rewards for those people, then what we recommend there is instead of paying them cash, you can make a donation in their name to either their favorite charity or your favorite charity as a result. So either of those really work. And some businesses can't pay, they can't incentivize others, right? Realtors can only pay other licensed realtors. Same with mortgage lenders, attorneys, accountants. So insurance agents, financial planners. There's certain industries where they're only allowed to share commissions or revenue with those that are licensed in that industry. And so in that situation, you just want to give back, right? You want to make sure that you're referring clients to them. As long as you're referring them business and you're both building your business and winning more business together, usually most people are pretty happy.
Yeah, thank you so much for that clarity. I love that you mentioned both because not everybody is obviously intensified or motivated by a monetary compensation. So I think it's important to also know the partners that you're going to partner with, just like anything, right? Good old human relationships. What motivates both parties? What are the purposes in their business? What are they trying to achieve? So that it's a good partnership made on good terms as well. I would love to ask you, Brandon, since you have such a wide, immense experience in this area. What is your definition or the difference between strategic partnerships and strategic alliances, or referral partnerships and strategic alliances? What are the commonalities and what are some of the differences between both?
Honestly, I think they're all the same. I think they're different words to describe the same thing, which is we're going to work together. Now, the key differentiator is that word strategic, and you want to be strategic about who you partner with. You can go out there and partner with a painter and a plumber that's doing a few deals a month, and that may not be strategic. One of the things we do at HOA.com is we connect 7 and 8 figure companies that don't have a provider in a specific industry, and we actually bring them together and help them form that partnership. And then in the referral partner blueprint, we actually teach you to create a plan. How are you going to cross promote and cross refer each other? In that referral partner blueprint, we identify 21 different co-marketing campaigns, and most of them don't cost anything to deploy. And this is one example, a podcast interview, right? This is benefiting you and your audience, and it's also helping me get my message out to a wider community. And so it's a win-win example of a strategic referral partnership. So it's really important to have a plan and actually implement something. People go to BNI groups or chambers of commerce, and what we find is they meet people, but in between the meetings, there's no proactive promotion taking place. And that's the difference. That's strategic.
Mm. So that's the key word, strategic. And I think it goes back to what we were talking about of being clear on what you're trying to achieve, what the other party's trying to achieve, and
Right.
then come up with something that's complementary for both that creates a really strong win-win. Well, I'm glad I asked because we hear this word, in different ways in marketing. And, you know, obviously everybody has their own perspective around it. But I think strategy and being intentional is definitely going to ensure that you are putting in the right time and energy in the right relationships at the right time also, because I think that's
Yeah.
important, and
And you've got to
depending
look
where
at
you are.
You've got to
Mhm.
look at who your perfect prospect is and who's already serving them. That's really a key part of the strategic part. I was just meeting with somebody that runs a painting company here in Arizona. They're doing $30 million a year. And yet, as I was talking to the CEO and kind of getting into some of the things that they're doing, they're really getting most of their business through digital marketing, which is great for them because they can just spend more money on advertising to get more leads. But a lead and a referral are two different things, right? When somebody is referred to you, they are 400% more likely to choose to do business with you because of that trust transfer that takes place. And so, in meeting with this CEO, what we talked about is identifying those strategic alliances, realtors, property management companies, because they're out there working with homeowners all the time. And those homeowners are bringing them their challenge of, I need to paint my house. Who do I call? Right. And so you want to partner with the people that are solving the problems and the challenges that you provide.
Mm. I love that you said that. I have one other question that I think would be of high interest to the audience as well, because I think there's also a lot of confusion around. I mean, we're in this era where we're understanding collaboration is really important, and you can go further faster together, right? Rather than a lone wolf, as you mentioned, just starting this conversation. But
Right.
is there any ways that you have seen that we could strategically partner with our competition, with people that do similar work to ours or offer similar services or products?
Absolutely. And it depends on your industry and it depends on your area. At HOA.com, we serve some people that are very hyper local in the services that they provide. And so, what we teach them to do is to cross refer and to share a portion of that revenue. If they've got somebody that's across town, they don't want to drive 50 miles to go serve that client. It's not time effective and efficient for them. And so, what we do is help them to create those strategic partnerships where they've got a whole group of people that they're exchanging business with. And that way it's win-win for everybody.
Well, there you go. There's always gaps. There's always complementary dots that can be connected, even if we are doing the same thing, because people have a different focus, right? That's why there's a whole world out there. So I love that you also kind of shared your perspective around that as well, because sometimes it just can get confusing. And it seems like, I think a lot of things are very simple, right? But we tend to overcomplicate them with just all the information out there. So For me, it's always been my goal to simplify things for myself, to be like figure out the processes and then kind of share that and save time and work smart and not hard, because I think that's a really important piece for us entrepreneurs and CEOs. Brandon, can we get a little bit behind your purpose? Can you share a few of the most meaningful moments in your journey that led you to
Oh,
this
yeah.
work? I mean, how did you get here?
Yeah,
Is it
my
is it by
purpose.
chance or is it on purpose?
Oh, it's by design. I have all my goals written out, everything that I want to accomplish between now and the year 2050. So everything that I do is very intentional. And I learned that from my mentor, Mark Victor Hansen. He wrote those Chicken Soup for the Soul books. And, he's
Mhm.
really just helped me get really crystal clear about what am I here for? What is my purpose? My mission is to uplift, inspire, and empower every person on the planet. So that's the scoreboard that I wake up with. But beyond that, one of the things I'm just really passionate about is helping people become a charity champion. And a lot of business owners aren't integrating what's called cause related marketing, where they're supporting, maybe they've got a charity or a cause that they're passionate about, and they kind of separate their personal life from their professional life. The reality is, the people that you serve, they want to hear that story. So for me, I'm a big brother and I'm an ambassador for Big Brothers Big Sisters. I was just with my little brother last night, and we, went out for dinner for a couple hours, and then we went and saw a movie together. And so mentorship is important, but whatever it is that you're passionate about, and ideally it fits in your business so that it's kind of on brand for you, but you need to start telling the story of the impact that you're creating with your company or with your business, because 94% of consumers say that they want to understand the impact that the companies that they're buying from are making in their local community.
Mm. Well, I love that you're in the right audience, because we're all about aligning, doing more good in the world and aligning the profit piece so that we could tie in the causes that we're most passionate about, whether that's a cause that you're serving people through your services, or that's another soul project that you are maybe having your business kind of interject and help you to push forward another cause that you really want to create impact based on your personal experiences as well. So I love that you mentioned that as well. And that's one of your big driver, and goes back to say, I realized early on, I guess years ago, that the secret to being fulfilled is really when you're in contribution and you're helping other people. So
Amen.
whether you choose the channel of entrepreneurship or the channel of the nonprofit space, or maybe even as an entrepreneur, there's always something that we can do to be able to give back, to people in the journey that were maybe an older version of us. And I think that's kind of how the world should be working, right? Kind of the circles keep going, and that's how we can create impact. But I love that you also mentioned that, and there's so many opportunities for lots of entrepreneurs and CEOs to tie that right into the story of their brand, right? Why they do the work they do, so that it's always beyond their products and their services. Brandon, let's wrap up this interview. Thank you so much for everything that you have shared with us thus far. Amazing information and wisdom, obviously, from your very lived experience. I would love to end this conversation today with a final message. I think you kind of shared that through kind of sharing the purpose behind the work that you do. But any other final messages that you'd like to leave our audience with? And also, where is it that the audience can continue this conversation with you today?
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you. So, number one, I'd say that the most important message I can share with you today is be super intentional about what it is that you want to create, achieve, experience. I do this through goal setting and actually having everything written down. Across from me is my whiteboard. And 2 years ago, when I published my first book, Raving Referrals, I had all of these things: a book, podcast, course, certified trainer, co-author, speaker trainer. I have over 20 different things that I wanted to create. And about a month ago, I was looking at that and I realized all of that now exists 2 years later. At first, it was
Mhm.
just a vision, it was just a plan. And so be intentional, create your vision, create your plan. What are you here for? I call it doing life by design, whereas a lot of people are doing life by default. So be crystal clear on what you want to achieve, write it down, share it with others, and you'll be amazed at what happens. And As far as how you can contact me, if you go to brandonbarnum.com, you'll find several different links. There's a referral score quiz there that's super easy and fast that people can take and totally free. The referral partner blueprint, bunch of tools for you. And brandonbarnum.com is the best way to find out all more about me and the tools that I can provide for you.
All right. I would definitely encourage everyone to continue this conversation. One of the values here in our podcast is to definitely build meaningful relationships. Speaking about what we just talked about, referral partnership, strategic alliances, you just never know who could be listening or who's on the other side that we can add value and be able to build these high quality relationships, which are really important for business and life. Speaking of both, right? I never can tell the difference myself. So, Brandon, thank you so much for all the amazing work that you're doing out there in the world with helping people in this area. And thank you so much for sharing that with us today. And I also want to thank you for listening and supporting the show. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and also leave us a review so that more purpose-driven entrepreneurs can find this information and conversation. And a few sponsor spots are still available, so reach out for more details. Thank you so much and have a beautiful rest of your day. Bye, everybody. Hello, dear podcast listeners. Thank you so much for supporting the show. And while we're here, I would love to introduce you to a couple of books that I've written and authored, best-selling books, in case that you're looking to add more legacy products into your life to help you scale your purpose and profits. The first book that I've written is called Connecting the Dots Backwards. And in this book, you'll have the clarity to clarify your vision and purpose so that you can do more good in the world. The second piece that is associated, that goes alongside the book, is the Connecting the Vision Backwards journal as well. So this is meant to implement a lot of the learnings from the book so that you can also self-reflect on some of that inner work that is necessary so that you clarify your purpose. The next book that I've written is called Purpose Driven Entrepreneurship. And this holds my framework, my methodology in scaling a company that aligns purpose with profit at the next level. So you'll find a connection of dots between your branding, your marketing, your sales, your systems, and your team so that you can grow a sustainable company that's simplified beyond its owner. The last book that I've written is called Visionary Purpose Driven Leadership. And this book is meant to help you scale up your leadership with your team so that you can build a healthy culture, create a conscious culture, but also, most importantly, build a legacy out of your company. And then the last piece of legacy product that I have created, of course, has stemmed from all my work with clients. And the most important skill that we need as leaders, which is time management, efficiency, and productivity. Focus on Purpose Planner is meant to help you plan your quarters and your year on purpose and on intention so that you're focused and working on the right priorities while freeing up your time and also aligning your purpose and your profit as well. Any of my products can be found right over here, left-hand side, on my website, elonaleparicoaching.com/books. And or you can scan the QSR code right here on the screen to get straight to the links and the books. Happy reading, and thank you again for watching the Life School Masterclass show.